Is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and the time is 6:00 p.m. I'd like to call the regular village board meeting to order. Myself, Mike Kapler's president.
Donnie Kern present.
Caleb Garn present.
Chris Marino present.
Chris Duback present.
And absent is Ryan Seacard and Brandon Crone. They are there. I can see them on Zoom.
Oh, see him on there.
And stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comment on the agenda items?
I would like to.
Margie?
I'm Margie Metzger, and I live at 798 Plum Tree Lane here in Somerset. And I noticed down here on closed session, there's some kind of bargaining going on with Olson Sanitation. And on their behalf, I'd like to say I've lived in this area of township mostly, but village also since 1970. And they've done tremendous job serving anything I've needed anytime. They never miss a pickup. They're there on holidays or snowstorms or cold days or whatever. And I think they're dynamite.
Thank you, Margie. Anybody else? Dennis, did you want to say anything? Anybody else? Closing public comment, approval of agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
First and a second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Somerset Historical Society update.
Nancy Vanessa had asked, but I don't know if she was unable to make it tonight.
Okay. Somebody want to approve the consent agenda?
Caleb Garn make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
For a second,
I'll second.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. New business discussion, possible approval of rezone parcel 181-408-4-13-025 from A1 to I1. The applicant is Olson Sanitation.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. They've acquired some additional land and now getting that land proper zoning for the transportation if necessary.
And if I remember right, it was about an acre to the north that they added to the property.
Correct.
Is something that went to planning commission?
Yeah, they got a approved for recommendation to the board from the planning commission.
It's approved for recommendation. I'll make a motion to approve rezoning parcel 181-4084-13-025 from A1 to I1.
Is there a second?
Second.
Caleb with the second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Discussion possible approval, proposed amendments to the chapter 13 zoning code for the village of Somerset, updating the Wisconsin Administrative Code citations in the chapter to reflect current Wisconsin Administrative Code citations.
All this is something you had to.
Yeah, this was just a follow-up. We did this once previously. But because this was a zoning change, it had to go through the plan commission, a little bigger process. So we're only changing the references from the old administrative code to the current SPS code section. So no real changes other than that. Just bring it up to
This is the stuff that you and Tony went through?
Yep.
And you were just changing a couple words?
Yep, just changing the references.
Caleb Garn make a motion to approve proposed amendment to chapter 13 zoning code for the village of Somerset, updating to Wisconsin Administrative Code citations in chapter to reflect current Wisconsin Administrative Code citations.
Is there a second?
Second.
First and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Discussion possible approval ICUP renewal for the Somerset Amphitheater. This went through public safety, right?
It did, we had an additional input from a community member, it sounds like, from a couple community members, and it's been asked to be tabled to back to public safety.
I actually would like to table this too until we have our joint meeting with the village, the town. Because there was some discussion, it looks like if we reviewed the minutes from last town meeting, the joint meeting that we had with the town, that there was some issues with them running traffic or something onto the township roads. And
Right.
I'd like to at least table that and get their opinion on this as well.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to table to public safety next month.
Second.
First and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
I,
Aye. Discussion possible approval Somerset Food Pantry disc golf sign donation.
Could somebody
So,
explain what that is for those of us that don't know?
so Brandon Crone asked for this to be on the agenda. He's asking the village to donate approximately $50 to put a sign as a whole sponsor on the disc golf course that would include, I believe, a QR code for people to be able to donate to the food pantry.
but I thought the food pantry already donated for sponsoring a hole. It was already posted on Facebook.
I'm unaware.
On Public Works Facebook page, it said that, thank you very much for the food pantry for a donation of sponsoring a hole.
I'm just relaying Brandon's message. I guess we can table.
Oh, sign donation.
I'm guessing the $50 is just for the
The cost of the sign.
cost of the sign, which would probably go by that and be a QR code for people to donate to the pantry. I don't really have a problem with that. We love the food pantry.
Absolutely. We just- there's no-
$50 shows our support to them. Oh, make a motion to approve a sign in the amount of $50 for the Somerset Food Pantry for the disc golf donation.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Discussion, possible approval, second reading of the ordinances. David, do you want to touch on this?
These are just carryover from November's meeting, and I made the changes according to the discussion that you all had at that meeting. And those are reflected in what you have in your packet.
So this isn't the second reading, this is just the first reading after the changes?
It would, I think, still count as second reading. Reflective of those changes.
Is that correct?
Yep, I agree with that. I went through them, I didn't see any issues with anything.
Make a motion to approve the second reading of the ordinances. Title 11, Chapter 3, offenses against property, Title 11, Chapter 6, nuisance, public nuisances, Title 6, Chapter 2, streets and sidewalks, Title 12, Chapter 12, parks and rec.
A second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Discussion possible approval, resolution 2025-01 for the February meeting date.
So the resolution in your packet doesn't have a proposed date. I included this because we're gonna have a primary election, not for village trustee or village president, but there's school board and some county items that'll be on, so there'll be a primary election on February 18th, which is our next scheduled board meeting. So I included this in the event that you either want to change the date or if you want to talk about alternative location, because we'll be using Village Hall for that election.
It'd be very productive for us to have a board meeting during an election process. In the same building anyways.
We want to move it back to a week to February 25th.
And is that gonna conflict with the other committee meetings if we move it back a week?
Because they're before the board meeting. Up a week it was,
Moving it to the 25th?
25th.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
25th work for everyone.
I potentially would not be available if there's basketball playoffs, but I can work that out with Andrea or Amy.
What about Monday, the 17th?
President's Day,
Pardon?
President's Day. So I
So, yeah, Village Hall is closed that day, it's a holiday.
I guess it is what it is, then.
Make a motion to move February's village board meeting date to February 25th at 6:00 PM.
Second.
First and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign.
What day?
Tuesday, the 25th. Closed session, convene to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or the conducting of other specified public business whenever competitive or business or bargaining reasons require closed session for Derrick Construction and Olson Sanitation. Roll call to go into closed session.
We got a second on that, or?
Who's
Wait a second.
the second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, Donnie?
Aye.
Caleb Garn,
Chris Moore,
Myself, yes.
Chris Dubak, aye.
We will convene to close session at 6:12 PM.
Thanks a lot.
Caleb Garn, make a motion.
Coming out of closed session at 6:35 PM.
Caleb Garn, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
First and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is, or meeting adjourned at 6:35 PM.